So, like I mentioned, onwards to Geneva. Geneva was on the French side of Switzerland. Just when I thought I had enough of Paris, the city swamped me with its Frenchness. Well, it was an alright city. I mean, it wasn't like I stayed in Hotel Drake. I stayed in a youth hostel, just like the usual stuff that I've been doing. And let's just say it was meh. This was the last leg of my Europe journey before I go to Belgium. And so this was the last leg of Switzerland as well. This particular city was very small and it has a lot of French influence, like I mentioned. So the shops were open far late and it was great. I mean, it was nice to see a bit of a change from Toblerone Mountain and Zurich and everything. Here you can go right straight to see Mont Blanc, the tallest peak of Europe. And here you see Jardin Botanique. Jardin Botanique is a garden in French which has a clock around it and it tells you the accurate time. Pretty cool, right? So I went in the night, so it was pretty dense and you couldn't see very clearly. Right here is Jet D'eau, which is basically a water jet. It has a motorized jet right below the lake, pumping up to 150 to 160 liters of water per second, and it basically glowed in the dark with different colors. And everything is very close to the lake. The in Geneva, just like any other Paris city, Lake Zurich, or many other places that I've been to. Lake Geneva was close to the downtown, it was close to United Nations, pretty much everything, and it was right in the center. So I walked around in the night when I just came from the train station, got to see a few city stops. It was getting very dark because it was right in the fall season, so it got dark around 6 o'clock. But it was all right. I mean, the buses and everything was like on time, and it was time for me to head to the hostel because I reached around 9 o'clock after looking at the city, and I had to go back to bed. All right, it's the next day, and it's still dark. Surprise, surprise. And these are some of the apartments there, very beautiful, very scenic. Some of the birds were singing, and it was like all beautiful, and well, it was all right. This is the broken chair. The broken chair represents basically the four pillars of humanity and United Nations, and one chair being broken about the existing system that we are in, about corruption, about inequality, and everything that you can think about, not holding the chair upright. But due to the three legs, it's still upright, and the fourth leg is you, and you need to stop everything. Okay, enough of philosophy lesson over here, but yeah, seriously, corruption and everything, inequality is bad. But anyway, this particular chair is very, 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 very tall, and it faces right in front of, you guessed it right, United Nations. Dun, 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 United Nations. So, United Nations headquarters is right in Geneva, Switzerland. This is the only headquarters all around the world. There's one in New York as well for the US branch, but this is the main one. So basically, you can see all the countries' flags over here. Right now, it was a Sunday, so basically, you don't see anybody or any officials going in, but the security was pretty tight, like really, really tight. And anyways, I just took a couple of selfies and I was very excited. It was early in the morning. Again, there was no security at this part of the area, so I could take as much as pictures I wanted to. So it's pretty big. So I headed to the back, and in the back there is a cute little park called the Ariana Park. Not Ariana Grande, the pop star, my queen, my idol, but Ariana Park. So right behind the United Nations, you can see this huge palace of what once existed. It has a lot of artifacts, but yeah, I couldn't go inside because it was a Sunday. So I just took a stroll in the garden. I was just lurking around, just taking a few pictures of the palace from different angles. Yeah, this is basically just behind the United Nations. If you don't believe me, here's another picture. Okay, so this is another museum, Musée Genève, because museum means museum in French. Yeah, so this is right behind the United Nations. So the backside, you don't have any flags, because it's the backside. And here is the father of the Indian nation, Mahatma Gandhi. I think he was very disappointed with me taking a selfie, so he's showing a very sad or poker face emoji. I got you. I know you're disappointed. Anyways, this is another railway station from Geneva, and I'm trying to fix the broken chair in all means that I can by resting under my palm, by poking a finger at it, whatever. You get the idea. So this is the world's biggest garden called Botaniques. And again, it was fall season, so there was nothing much to see here except that the leaves were all green and it was all falling, so there were no botanique or any garden as such of cute flowers. And there was like Christmas tree which was all dried up. So yeah, it was pretty boring. Anyways, I got to see a lot of UNICEF, the children's organization, basically all the UN stuff, WHO, World Health Organization, not the main headquarters but one building of it. And that is about it. So I headed out to the other side of the town where I got to see another cathedral. I was getting so sick of cathedrals at this point because everything looked the same, like literally the same. Actually, this tree reminds me of Prisoner of Azkaban Harry Potter tree, if you know what I mean. The one which beats Harry and Hermione's ass to death. LOL. So, anyways, this is another cathedral. As you look up, there are a lot of distinctive rail lines connecting the whole city. And I went to the old part of Geneva where a lot of things happen. And basically, it had another museum, another theater place, lots of stuff. And I was headed to a relay race because every Sunday in Geneva, people come around the corner to like exercise, to like take part in a race, to do lots of things. So I headed out. I keep saying we as if there's like more than one person. It was just me, guys. Anyways, I headed to this fun little cute park where we could play chess, and I saw a lot of people exercising. That's right, exercise, exercise, move your booty, shake your booty. Yeah, you pretty much get the idea. This is like a free campaign. You can just go in and like exercise with a lot of people. Don't worry, everyone is pretty awkward over there, and together they embrace the awkwardness. And there was another race where people were just running different laps. I don't think you had to pay for it, but children of all ages, adults, their parents, pretty much everyone were running around. And this is another church where if you climb up, you can see overlook Lake Geneva. And this is another part of the town where you can check it out. And it kind of like at this point, every cathedral looked pretty much the same to me, except the architecture was a little bit different from one another, probably the pillars or something like that. But you get the idea. Nothing beats Notre Dame. We got to see some more fountains, but the water didn't taste that great here like Zurich, so I didn't fill up my water bottle, but it was all right. As you know by my tone, Geneva didn't impress me that much because I was expecting a lot more from Geneva, but it was all right. I mean, the crowd and the people were super nice, unlike the French people. But yeah, it was all right. And I headed to the Lake Geneva part where I wanted to drink water straight from the hose of the. And here is another cute picture of the Sphinx and the water roaring from its mouth. I'm pretty proud of the shot. Anyways, I went to the other side of Lake Geneva. This is in the morning and took some more pictures. This is Jardin Botanique that I mentioned earlier in the video. It's bright and sunny right now, so you can see the beautiful colors of the flowers and the clock moving. It shows the exact time, which is pretty insane. Who powers the clock? Is it solar powered? Does it have a big battery inside? I have no idea. Anyways, I wanted to go right to the center of the Jet Adu, so I walked around the pier. It was a really long walk, and I finally reached there. It was pretty wet because it was splashing in and out, and it was pretty fun. Anyways, more to come in the next video. Stay tuned. Bye.